give you a little bit of a quick history of the store, what brought us to this point, and what we're focusing on for the advocacy program that you received information about. So just to give you a really quick history, my name is Lisa Dunn. I'm the owner of Revive. We opened our first store on Lee Road in 2006. I have a work history working in upscale retail, but it was really when I started working at a human rights organization that I got the idea for opening a fair trade retail boutique. I worked in upscale retail for about 5 years. It is very rewarding for people who work very hard, but I started to dig a little deeper and ask a lot more questions about who's actually benefiting from this item that I'm selling, who's profiting the most, who's profiting the least, where is it coming from, where is it made. And as I started to do a lot of soul search, I decided to switch careers and start working for a human rights organization. So I started working for the Interreligious Task Force on Central America, based in Cleveland, and it was on a trip to El Salvador with this group that I've met the first artisans that I've worked with in El Salvador. I met a group of women who were not formed as a cooperative, they just did sewing in their community. They were expert tailors, but really struggling to make a living. And I also met a group of women who made hand-loomed tote bags. I wonder if we have any here. And as I befriended women, I learned more about really what a struggle their daily lives were and are. From the violent history of the Civil War there to just their daily struggles that we kind of can't even imagine until we're there seeing it firsthand. And so I got the inspiration to help them develop product that I thought could sell here in the U.S. And I started volunteering with this organization at that time and went on to volunteer with other organizations in Guatemala as well. I never imagined that I would have their products on a rack in my own store. So that in itself is really a dream come true. So fast forward 6 years, and the more I learned about fair trade and what a difference it makes to the individuals who produce the products and also to their community, I really was inspired to open a store, and actually it was the only thing I was going to do. I just want to emphasize having a store full of fair trade merchandise, I think really of this quality, it's not just a dream come true, it's really almost a miracle. When you see what the artisans have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, and I've worked with groups in Guatemala where, it's a mud floor. We're literally working in one room with a mud floor. Electricity is sporadic, so you do your work outside during the daylight, and they don't have access to regular medical care and good nutrition. When you think about all the hurdles and developing a product, to teaching the artisans how to make the bead, stitch for stitch, to exporting it, importing it, and putting it on the shelf of the store that you can afford to sustain, it is, to me, it just never ceases to amaze me. Every time we get a new box of products in, I am so pleasantly surprised, and it really does feel like, a gift. Every item feels. So, this is really, this is more than, it goes a little bit deeper than just a dream come true. It's really kind of become a mission for me, for my husband, for our families, and I think for a lot of the staff as well. And what we found consistently is when someone is recommended, when the store is recommended to someone by a friend or a colleague, when they finally come in, they're pleasantly surprised and they have an enjoyable time. It's just getting those people to come in without a marketing budget. We can't afford to advertise in the Plain Dealer or the Free Times or the Scene. We really rely on word of mouth marketing, and so we're still using that approach, and that really is why we've created this advocacy program, is to, just for one more way to have our best customers on the fence with coming in or haven't done it yet, to say, here, there's no excuse, and it benefits you as well. So each new customer, they get 10% purchase, and then you get a certificate, or 10 gift certificate, up to the first 5 people, so up to a $50 gift certificate. And so we're hoping it's just beneficial all around, and really kind of encourages our word of mouth marketing approach, and it's really it's really word of mouth advocacy is what it is. But it really is, you'll get 10 personal business cards where you'll write your name on the card. That's very important, write your name on the card. So when they bring it in, you get your gift certificate. And then just give it to anyone who you think would enjoy coming in, who hasn't been in yet. And so they'll get 10% off their first purchase. And we'll keep track of who you send in and give you gift certificates as they come in. This program is going to run through the end of June. And so by the end of June, we'll be contacting you about those gift certificates. But you're welcome to check in and see. Okay. So this is from Chapter 1 Organics. This is an example of one of their rompers. And this line is all organic cotton. And the most exciting thing about it is that it's actually produced here in Cleveland. So it's designed in Chicago, it's sold all across the country, but it's made in Berea by a women's job training program. And this training program trains women how to sew and gives them fair wage employment. And these are women who have significant barriers to employment. So they might have been recently out of the prison system. They might have been recently, well, maybe not recently, but they might have been in an abusive relationship. They're quite often supporting their children. So this is something that, I mean, it's just the best of all possible scenarios for a children's line. Well, we have a Revive private label line that we're launching. It will include organic knit apparel from Uganda, handcrafted jewelry and clutches from Guatemala, and we do have some here tonight. The staff will show you where this jewelry is. We received 4 pieces yesterday, 4 different styles out of 8 that we ordered from them because they were rushing to get them to us for this event. So, and those are made in Guatemala by Mercado Global, who Mercado Global was founded by Ruth DeGolia, who's a native of Cleveland Heights, and Mercado Global is also one of the most successful fair trade jewelry lines. And I personally like Mercado Global so much that I paid for my own way to go and volunteer with them and to do product development last January. We have a wonderful relationship, but I have the utmost respect for the work they're doing with the women in Guatemala. And in fact, some of the photos on our walls are from that trip that I took last January. And so we'll